Okay. Oh, that's a long way to start. Hi, I am in Japan. I am at the Kofuku Onsen, the Happiness Hot Spring, which is owned by the brother of the Sahara-san, the lady who brought us over here in the first place. So it's all connected. But anyway, it's been a long minute. On the way out here, we had to, leave the house at 5, and then got to the airport, and then got, spent, 2 hours hanging out at the gate because I was there way too early. Then went to San Diego for some reason. Then it was an 11-hour, roughly, flight to get to Tokyo. And that would be enough on its own, but then our flight out of San Diego to Tokyo got delayed for I have no idea what reason. So we were later than we were planning to be getting to Japan in the first place, and then the processing line was super long, and then we had to fill out the customs form, and then we couldn't. Amanda and I, we were on the same flight. We could not find our luggage. We came down to baggage claim and took a quick glance at the carousels, couldn't see any. I overheard somebody else who had been on our flight saying, "Hey, where's flight 67?" Oh, they said, it's over there on A4. So we said, okay. We filled out our forms and we went over to A4, and it was loading bags from the United Arab Emirates. I'm like, okay, this isn't right. So we asked them there where they went, and they said, we don't know, look at the screen. And the screen didn't have our flight anymore, and so we looked at every one of the carousels, looked at the ones they had taken off to make more room, and finally we talked to one person. They said, okay, just go all the way to the other end of this concourse, whatever you want to call it, and talk to the information desk. And all the way over there at the information desk was this little sign that said San Diego flight 65, and our bags were there. So finally we got that taken care of, and then we went out to try to find our other two companions, Charles and Nikki, and they weren't immediately around, so we got in touch and managed to finally get ourselves all together. But the problem with all of this was we had already been, we were cutting it close with our, connecting flight, because we had to get from Tokyo to the Miyazaki airport, which is, the region where we're actually staying. And so it was always going to be a close shave, but it turned into a Sweeney Todd. We just could not make it at all. By the time we got to, by the time we were getting on the bus to get to the terminal we needed to be at is when the flight was already leaving. So we had to. Charles already had the tickets for that flight printed out, so he went to the desk and said, excuse me, this is what happened, we need to rearrange this. And apparently this is not an uncommon occurrence, because they just said, okay, yeah, and did it like they barely asked any questions, like, okay, yeah, we'll do this, not a big deal. So got new tickets for the earliest flight they had the next morning, yay, and then spent a good hour or so figuring out, okay, so what are we gonna do tonight? Where are we gonna stay? I was about ready to just, pass out on one of the benches there in the airport, but they said, okay, you know what, no, let's not do that. So we tried, we looked up one place and it was full, looked up another place, it was too expensive, finally found a place about half an hour away from the Haneda airport that is something called a capsule hotel. it is, I found out today, mainly associated with drunk people. Like when you miss your train home and you just need a place to crash, that's where you go. Basically, it's a place meant for people who just want to sleep right effing now. So yeah, it's just this little, funky set of cubbies for humans. That's what they are. It's just little, literal holes in the wall with, a little bit of padding and a sheet and blanket for you. And there's this weird little black thing up in the corner that I couldn't recognize at first. And there's a control panel right next to you on the wall right here. And I finally figured out by hitting switches at random that that thing was a TV, like a really old cheap TV, and not it didn't even have a official brand boxer on it. It was just this built into the wall. So you can watch TV, you can listen to the radio. There's a clock in there. There's air. I think I don't know what any of the controls actually said. I managed to figure out which ones controlled the light, and that was all I needed because I was like, okay, let's just go to sleep. Because we needed to get back to the airport by 6 o'clock, which meant we needed to be, all the way done with the train station. We were by about 5 o'clock, which meant we were leaving the capsule hotel at 4:30. So yeah, we got up again, and I didn't even for as little sleep as I'd gotten, you'd think I would have slept really well, but no. I just can't sleep on airplanes. I always try, but it just doesn't happen. I don't know. Yeah, let me see. This is how tired I still am. Do you see? Yeah. So went to bed around 11. Woke up again. I woke up around 3:30 or something, and just sort of wavered in and out until we actually had to get up. Then we got back to the airport, got all the way in, and we were at our gate. Charles said, "Hey, let's get you guys to an ATM because you don't have money yet." Because Amanda and I had come in and had just been dragged around and didn't have time or opportunity to get our money out yet. To get our money changed yet. Because you can do that. There are machines that'll do that for you. There are ATMs that you can stick dollar bills in and it'll spit yen back out at you. So we hadn't done that yet. So when we got to our domestic flight gate in the morning, he said, "Okay, now that we're here, let's go find a gate somewhere inside and see if you can get your money." And so we, he found one on a map, and we hiked, a long ways down the concourse, and found out that it didn't do the exchange that we were wanting it to do. So we asked, people around. They said, "Okay, you can go out into the lobby," because they give you these security certificates when you come through and do the scan and everything. So they said, "Hey, since you've already done that, you can hand this to them and they should let you back in and out pretty easily." When we tried to do that, we went through we went into the security area and they started scanning us through, but then they looked at the time on our tickets and they said, "Your flight's leaving at 6:45. It was already 6:30. And they said, "Oh, you don't have time. You really don't have time. You need to get going again." And about 2 minutes later, Charles contacts us and said, "They've just started the boarding process. Never mind, we need to get going." We said, "Yeah, we're already on our way. We already know." So, got on our short flight over here, arrived at the Miyazaki airport to be greeted by our guide, and it was interesting trying to get things accomplished because she speaks almost no English, we speak almost no Japanese, so a lot of gesturing and guessing, and luckily she has an app on her phone that translates between English and Japanese verbally, so that is very helpful. But yeah, we tried to go to this, cash exchange. It said cash exchange ATM all the way there at the end. But then it didn't have instructions in English. We couldn't tell what we were supposed to do. So finally, we found out there was another clear at the opposite end again, where it actually did have an option for English, and it opened. It was 8:58 when we got over there, and it actually turns on at 9. So when we first got over there, pressed the button, and it said, "This machine is no longer in service, no longer in operation." We said, "Okay, just wait another 2 minutes," and bing, it came on. So finally, we got our money exchanged, and then we went upstairs in that airport and got some breakfast, like a real traditional Japanese breakfast. It was really good. It was the first, serious meal that we'd gotten in, a day and a half. Although, to be fair to Japan Airlines, they don't mess around with their meals. They give you some serious stuff. They had chicken and rice and some melons and a salad and your water bottle and they give you an actual meal. It was really I was impressed. But yeah, we got breakfast, which was some multiple things that I had never had before, but it was all really good. There was you've got rice and miso soup and natto, fermented soybeans, which were interesting. It's fascinating to just look at your chopsticks or whatever eating utensil you happen to use. I was using chopsticks. If you just press them together, even after you've eaten the natto off of them, you can still see the strings still come off of it. That's how slimy and sticky these things are. They're not for everybody. In fact, I don't think they're for most people. I have a feeling even a lot of Japanese people might not be huge fans of natto. And it's something that, even if you do like it, you don't like it by itself. You mix it with rice. But yeah, there was, so the rice, soup, natto, soft poached egg, little bowl of noodles and I guess it was ramen. I don't know, noodles and chicken, which I ate immediately before I could even get a picture of it. And then there were, and a couple of pickled veggies, and then there were 5 different kinds of fish. 5 different kinds of fish. There was, some sashimi. There was, grilled fish or sautéed fish, whatever it was. Fish ball, fish roe, and little tiny fish fry. The little baby fish that had just been, I don't know, steamed or boiled or something, and I actually really liked them. They were tasty. They were just a little bit springy to the texture. They were, it was nice and very mild, and wow, yeah, it was just a really good, really, breathe life into you meal. It was so good. But anyway, once we left the airport, we got to, since we were a day later getting here than we were supposed to be, we didn't have time to, relax. We got to, here, the onsen. We just dropped off our luggage and immediately went back out again to scout the various locations. So we got to we got to see a cave and a river and a waterfall and a shrine. And now we're done. And now we're back. Yeah. So yeah, it's been, I haven't even, this right here is the exact same shirt that I put on to go to the airport. I guess, according to the, my time zone now, it's Friday. So 2 days ago. Because, I didn't think to bring a change of clothes out of my bag when we went up to our slots in the capsule hotel. I just wanted sleep. So, right now, I am going to wash myself and then go into the hot spring and just enjoy it for a minute. And then we're going to meet up for dinner, and then we're going to hopefully get some actual decent sleep. How many times have I said sleep? So, that has been my first day? Is it like I just said it's 2 days, but it doesn't feel like it. It all feels like it's been the same insane day. So it's like it still feels like it should be Thursday right now. That's why I'm so confused. But anyway, that's all I can bring my brain to shove out of my mouth at this moment. So see you at a later instance. Hot spring, yay! Then sleep.